Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to this very special and expensive squad builder with me, your boy FIFA Wonder HD, where we're going to be putting together a team that costs well over 1 million coins. I mean, on PS4 at the time of recording this video, it cost 1.5 mil. On Xbox around 1.2, 1.3 mil. So a very expensive team, but I must say a team that plays so well together. It's rock solid. It's very good for creating opportunities, and by God is it so deadly in front of goal. Now we're going to kick off with actually one of my favourite players in the team, and that is FUT Birthday Sirigu. This card is unreal. If you haven't tried it yet, go out and buy it. It's very easy to fit into squads, and my God is he absolutely incredible. The amount of unreal saves this card has made is just, I can't even count them. He is so good, so well worth the money. You know, while he is one of the more higher rated special cards in this team, he's actually very cheap and well worth picking up. So I'd highly recommend that card indeed. At right back, maybe an interesting choice. Other players I could have picked, but I've gone for Vidal. He is very fast. You know, 91 pace is always going to be attractive on a fullback. And he's got some decent other skills in there. His passing is quite good. Dribbling is nice and tidy. His physicality is okay. His defending isn't the best, but his pace more than makes up for it. He's always getting back, making good tackles, slowing the opposition down, running them off into, you know, for a goal kick and things like that. So overall, a very solid defender, I must admit. Now, where the defence really tightens up is with this pair. Now we have Sergio Ramos, who is quite incredible, and we have Pepe. So we're going to start off by talking about Ramos, and this card is one of the best defenders I've used. I know people really like Bale and Smalling and things like that, but he is well worth that extra money, because while those guys are cheap, obviously Ramos being an 89 rated card, he is expensive, but he is so good. His pace is phenomenal, and his positioning, overall the amount of tackles and interceptions that he makes, he is just godly at the back. Really does protect the goalkeeper so well, and he does a very similar job to Pepe. You know, Pepe is also very fast. You know, 70 pace is decent, and then you throw in that 88 defense, 81 physicality. Both of them together are so quick, so strong, both aerially and physically, and they make great tackles, and they're just very difficult to get past. Really like the pairing of those two a lot. Obviously, you know, the high ratings, you do expect a lot, but man do they deliver. I was very impressed with both of them. A left back, again, maybe not everyone's choice, but I've gone for Gaya. He is just, you know, pretty much a mirror image of Vidal in my opinion. You know, very fast, decent attacking attributes in terms of his passing and his dribbling. So going forward, this guy can definitely help the team out very well indeed. He's also got decent defensive attributes. Nothing amazing, but he's got the pace to always get back and always push people into areas and into, you know, any other defensive minded players that can be there to help out. So overall, a pretty solid back four with a very special goalkeeper. Now, at the first midfielder spot, we will have to go to Cam, because I haven't changed him as yet, and that is James Rodriguez. Rodriguez is more of the playmaker in this team. You know, the other two we'll come to in a minute, but Rodriguez is definitely in there for his shooting, his passing ability and his dribbling. So good on the ball. He can score goals, and he can damn sure create them. He is so good with the ball at his feet. Always be able to get out of tight little situations and just turn very easily. His dribbling is to die for. So good. And what I love about him is his range of passing is very pinpoint, very accurate. And when you have the front three that we have, my God, does it just feel absolutely incredible. So overall, I would highly recommend Rodriguez, just because the amount that you can do with him. The only negative is definitely his stamina, especially in the way that this team works, where the midfield really does play a pivotal role in both defence and attack. It definitely takes it out of Rodriguez. Central midfielders, I've gone for Casemiro and Kovacic. So we'll start off with Casemiro. This card, the 86 version, there are a few other informs and things out at the moment. And those are all very, very good cards. So you could definitely use any of them. You could even use his normal card if you wanted to, and it would still do a good job. But I think this card represents the best value, and you get the best sort of player. Because I think the other ones, you're just paying for the rating, really. There's not going to be too much difference. This card is brilliant. Pace is okay, and with the shadow chemistry style on it, definitely feels a lot better. He moves across the pitch well. But where he really excels, that defence there at 88, physicality at 88, so good for winning the ball back and bossing that midfield. But then what I love about him is he's got really good attacking attributes, whereby if he does find himself in more attacking areas, he can definitely do the business there too. 80 shooting, 82 passing and 81 dribbling. That is just absolutely incredible. Very, very impressed with him. And overall, he's been a really solid player that anchors that midfield. But I tell you what, 84 Kovacic, I was mind blown by this card. He is one of my favourite guys in this team, easily. And one of my favourite cards that I've used in FIFA in general. Because as a midfielder goes, he's got attributes like Kante in terms of, I always see him making interceptions, nicking the ball off people. He's got things like James Rodriguez has with his dribbling. So good with his close control and the way he can move the ball. His passing is right up there, very, very solid. His shooting is not the best, but it's okay. He can definitely score you a goal. But just overall, his all-round game is so solid. And I just loved using him. And him and Casemiro were just very, very solid together. Really shored up that defence. Also very good going forward. And that's what I loved about them. There was a great balance in this midfield because of those two players. Now at right forward, we're going to go ahead and put in Gareth Bale. Now Bale is a really expensive card. One that's highly sought after. Obviously that 90 rating, 94 pace and 87 shooting are unreal, especially when you throw in his dribbling and his passing ability as well. It's a great card, obviously, and he scored me a lot of goals. He created a lot of goals. He was able to play on the counter-attack very, very well indeed. The one thing I would say, compared with the others in this team, his shooting was a little bit hit and miss. There were certain games where he'd have 3-4 chances and maybe only score one. And that was quite frustrating at times. But overall, it's a sexy card. Everyone wants his card, and he definitely delivers more times than not. At left forward, again, one that I do need to change because I currently use him in a fair few teams, as you can imagine, and I have him at left wing. And that is Cristiano Ronaldo with his 94 rated card. This guy is godly. He is absolutely unreal. 92 pace, 92 shooting and 91 dribbling. Then you throw in the physicality and the passing as well. There's almost nothing this guy cannot do. He wins so many headers, both at flick-ons, scoring at corners, diving headers. This guy can score any type of header going. Brilliant in the air, very, very good. But what's even better about him is the way that he always seems to get his shot off. He always seems to get through with his amazing dribbling, his close control and his phenomenal shooting, both inside and outside the box. This guy is just going to score you tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of goals. So while he is ridiculously expensive, if for whatever reason you can get a hold of him, do it. Because he's mind-blowing. So good. Easily the best player in his team because he can do so much and he's the focal point for attacks. Everyone worries when they see this guy coming up against them because he can score from anywhere. He scores some great goals, he scores some terrible goals, but they're all goals and he scores them all, and that is all that matters. Now capping the team off is maybe a more interesting choice, you could say. And that is Alvaro Morata with his inform card. Now this card is very, very good. It's maybe not as quick as the other two either side of him, but the pace is still good. Shooting is very highly accurate. Scores a lot of goals. His dribbling is also pinpoint, very good with the ball. Passing not too shabby. But what I like about him is his overall game. He links in with the other players well, and he's definitely a very good finisher in front of goal. So that does cap off the team of what is a very, very attractive and very, very good team, I must admit. So now we're going to have a look and we're going to go into those player instructions. And as you can see on Morata, interestingly, and definitely something I've not done before, we have stay central and we have attacking runs at false 9. So that does mean he drops a little bit deeper to pick the ball up, which I like because it plays into that pocket where there's no one there, allowing both Ronaldo and Bale to really get in behind, which works well. I do have both set in to get in behind, although only on Ronaldo do I have stay central, because when you've got a player like that, you definitely want him as close to the goal as possible. Whereas with Bale, I allow him to give us a bit more width, so I leave it on the balanced width. Everyone else is set to normal apart from Casemiro, who is set to stay back while attacking. So now we will go and have a look at the custom tactics. And as you can see, we have speed of 70 on the build-up play, passing at 50, organised positioning, 50 on the passing, 40 on the crossing, shooting there at 75, organised positioning, 60 pressure, 60 aggression, team width there at 55, and defensive line of cover. So I hope you enjoyed this look at this amazing team, easily my favourite team in FIFA this year. And if you did enjoy the video, please make sure you hammer that like button, it really does help me out. Hit the subscribe if you are new to the channel, and peace!